So welcome to our next video. This is the integumentary system. So introduction. So integumentary system. So it consists of the skin and its accessory structures, including hair and nails. So the skin is a complex organ with vital functions for survival. Just imagine if you don't have skin. Bye bye Earth. So layers of the skin. So it's composed of three main layers: epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis. So epidermis, this is the outermost layer and defined as keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. And it is avascular, meaning it has no blood vessels and it relies on the dermis below for nutrient supply and waste removal through the basement membrane. So primary cells are keratinocytes, which is a most common, the most common cell type. They produce keratinocytes. Melanocytes produces the pigment melanin, which protects against ultraviolet radiation. Next is Langerhans cells, immune cells that help fight infection. So Langerhans. And Merkel cells involved in the sensation of touch. So the layers. So this is, come on, let's get some biscuits. Stratum corneum, most superficial layer, composed of dead cells. Stratum lucidum, an extra layer found only in the thick skin of the palms and soles. So lucidum. And stratum granulosum produces keratin and vitamin D. Next is stratum spinosum, and last one is stratum basal, the deepest layer where new skin cells are generated. So from deep to superficial, from there to there. Next is the dermis. So this is situated between the epidermis and the hypodermis, and its function, it provides durability, strength, and flexibility. It supports the epidermis and plays a role in thermoregulation, and it's crucial for wound healing. In its composition, it's made of connective tissue and it contains blood vessels, nerves, and lymphatics. And the cells, the primary cell there is your fibroblast. And next is the layers. So papillary dermis, which is the superficial, and reticular dermis, which is the deeper layer. And both contain collagen and elastin. And the last one is the hypodermis, or the subcutaneous layer. Now this lies beneath the dermis, and its composition is primarily with adipose tissue or fat cells. And its function is it attaches the skin to the underlying muscles and bones and provides insulation and shock absorption. So you know, if your subcutaneous layer is thick, you're better in absorbing shocks. Next is glands of the skin. So eccrine or sudoriferous glands. Eccrine. This is the most numerous sweat glands. So eccrine, just remember from the E, ew, sweat. This is for thermoregulation and they secrete clear, odorless fluid. Next is the apocrine glands. These are the larger glands in axilla, nipples, and anogenital region. These ducts open into hair follicles and secrete a thicker, whitish fluid. So these are your apocrine glands. So if you have apo, in Filipino, apo is grandchild. So apo, it has whitish fluid, like the white hair of your grandma. So apocrine, it's the whitish fluid found in axilla, nipples, and anogenital region. Next is sebaceous glands. So located next to hair follicles, they secrete an oily substance called sebum. This is for waterproofing and moisturizing. So those are active sebaceous glands. They're so moisturized. Next is accessory structures, which includes hair, and it's composed of a hair follicle, hair bulb, dermal papilla, and arrector healing muscle, and of course, nails. And functions of the skin, very quickly. Protection, so barrier against damage, UV radiations, and pathogens. So if you have a break in your skin, you're prone to pathogens. Thermoregulation, so it controls body temperature through sweating and blood flow. Next is sensation. It detects touch, pressure, pain, and temperature. Next is water storage. So the skin stores water. And next is synthesis of vitamin D. Now this occurs in the granular layer of the epidermis. Synthesis of vitamin D. Next is absorption, and which can absorb certain substances. So your lotions and everything in between. So protection, thermoregulation, sensation, water storage, synthesis of vitamin D, and absorption. Next is surgical considerations. So, a thorough understanding of skin anatomy is essential for these things. First is incisions and healing. So, planning incisions along cleavage lines or Langer's lines. This is for less scarring. Next is for wound management. So, informing suture techniques and closure methods and dressing choices. So, depending on what the patient needs. Next is patient care. So, proper positioning and considerations for existing skin conditions. Last one is specialized procedures. So, this is essential for burns assessment and excisions. So, that's for the integumentary system. So, I urge you to answer the multiple choice quiz and essay question. So, let's just go here really quickly. So, describe the structure and function of the three main layers of the skin. And in your answer, detail the composition of each layer and its primary roles. So, the skin is a complex organ composed of three primary layers: epidermis, the dermis, and hypodermis. Each layer has a distinct structure and set of functions that are essential for protecting and maintaining the body. And the epidermis is the outermost layer of the skin, defined as a keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. It is avascular, meaning it lacks blood vessels and must receive nutrients from the dermis through the basement membrane. Its primary cell is the keratinocyte. The epidermis is further divided into layers or strata. The deepest is the stratum basal, and this is responsible for reduplication and repair. Above this are the stratum spinosum and the stratum granulosum, and the latter of which is involved in absorption, cytokine and keratin production, and vitamin D synthesis. And the most superficial layer is the stratum corneum or horny layer, which is composed of dead cells and functions as a barrier against chemicals, microbes, and water loss. And the dermis is the inner layer of the skin located between the dermis and the hypodermis. Its primary role is to sustain and support the epidermis, providing durability, strength, and flexibility. And it is composed of connective tissue, blood vessels, lymphatics, and nerves. Now, this rich network of blood vessels is critical for thermoregulation, and the dermis plays a vital role in wound healing. And the dermis itself has two layers: the superficial papillary dermis and the deeper reticular dermis. And the major cell type is the fibroblast, and the layers contain collagen and elastin. So that's in the dermis. And the deepest layer is the hypodermis, also known as the subcutaneous layer. Now, this consists mainly of adipose or fat cells tissue separated by loose connective tissue and is highly vascular. So, the primary function of the hypodermis is to attach the skin to the underlying muscles and bones. And it also provides insulation and shock absorption for the body. Okay, number two. Detail the different types of cells found within the epidermis. Describe the specific function of each cell type and its location within the epidermal layers. So the model answer. So the epidermis, while primarily composed of keratinocytes, contains several other specialized cells that are crucial to its overall function. These cells include melanocytes, Langerhans cells, and Merkel cells. The most abundant cell type is the keratinocyte, which is found in various stages of differentiation throughout the epidermal layers. In the deepest layer, the stratum basal, these cells are actively dividing to produce new cells. As they are pushed towards the surface, they mature and produce keratin, a fibrous protein. In the stratum granulosum, keratinocytes contribute to keratin production and adhesion. By the time they reach the stratum corneum, they are dead, flattened cells that form a protective barrier. Melanocytes are another key cell type located in the basal cell of the epidermis. Their primary function is to produce melanin, a pigment that protects the skin from ultraviolet radiation. Now, the melanin is packaged into granules and transferred to surrounding keratinocytes. And Langerhans cells are immune cells scattered within the epidermis, particularly visible in the stratum spinosum layer. As part of the body's immune system, they work to detect and fight pathogens that penetrate the skin's surface. Merkel cells are sensory cells located in the stratum basal. So that's what cell is that again? The Merkel cells. They are connected to a sensory neuron to form a Merkel disc, which functions as a tactile receptor for the sensation of touch. And together, these four cell types ensure the epidermis can perform its diverse functions, from forming a physical barrier to providing immune defense and sensory information. So there you go. That's the different types of cells found within the epidermis. And number 3, discuss the structure and function of main glands found in the skin. The eccrine, apocrine, and sebaceous glands. For each gland, describe its location, the substance it secretes, and its primary physiological role. Number 4, explain why a comprehensive knowledge of the skin's anatomy and physiology is essential for surgical practice. Provide specific examples of surgical considerations where this knowledge is applied. And number 5, the skin performs a wide range of physiological functions essential for homeostasis. Based on the presentation, identify and describe 5 key functions of the skin. So there you go. I'll leave those last 3 to you to explore. And if you found this video useful and it helped you, please do consider liking and subscribing for me to note and to create more videos like this. And similarly, if you want some topics to be covered, just comment down in the video below, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.